Here's a question that says, please tell us when a will would be better for someone than a trust, if ever. And the answer is yes. Sometimes a will is better than a trust. Typically, the more assets you own and the more diverse your assets are. So if you just have a checking account, that's relatively simple. But if you have checking, savings, money markets, CDs, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, a house, rental property, well, then the trust is an obvious choice. But what about the gray area in between? So I tell people that the black and white answer is if you're living check to check on Social Security or your paycheck and you don't own any real property and all you have is a bank account that doesn't have a ton of money in it, no property and maybe a car here in Florida, then it's not really necessary to go through the hoops and spend the extra money on a trust. But once you get above the check to check with very little in the bank and no other assets, the trust starts to look a lot more advantageous. For instance, if any of your beneficiaries were to predecease you or become ill or a special needs individual before you pass, or if at the time of your passing they're in the middle of a lawsuit or a divorce, or they have developed a drug problem, or any number of other things that we address in our trusts. Now, not all attorneys address these specific items in their trusts. They may give you a 15-page trust that really doesn't do any more than a will. But our trusts are normally 60 to 80 pages versus 15 pages that you may get from a general estate planning attorney that's just on the cookie cutter approach. So I would say that the more assets you have, the more the trust certainly makes sense. And that's a case-by-case scenario. I have had people with very little assets go the trust route, and I've had people with multi-million-dollar estates go the will route. So to each their own. We're here to educate, let people know what their options are, what the risks and the benefits of a will plan versus a trust plan, and we do that pretty darn well in our consultation. So if you live in Florida, feel free to give us a call. We will be happy to talk to you and go through your specific details about your assets and your crazy family, and we'll propose a solution that we feel is best for you and your family. Have a great day.